Daniels at the Boxers Trainers Channel, and I have just arrived in actually yesterday from the boxing capital of the world. You know who it is. You know where it's at. Las Vegas, Nevada, right? One of the best places in the world, if you love boxing, right? Because that's where boxing jumps at. I mean, jumps, right? Everybody in Vegas basically wants to have something to do with boxing, whether it's a fan or in the business scheme of things. But for me, it goes both ways, right? I love it both ways in the fan scheme of things, and definitely, no, excuse me, definitively in the business scheme of things, right? Yeah. So this is what happened when I went to Vegas. Went to all the major gyms, Top Rank, Mayweather's promotions, and Vargas Gym, right? And to my demise, excuse me, to my dismay, right? There was a few things that happened that I didn't like, but there was a lot of things that transpired that I love, right? So let's get with the things that I love, because the other things, the bad things, what's the use in talking about this? Because when it gets to the point where things are looking bad, right? Why waste energy on them? Because typically they remain bad. But for those who have the belief system in one's faith and one's ability to change things, right? We, on this channel, look to that particular part of boxing. We want to look at the positive things in boxing, right? And if things are negative that hinder us from being positive, right, we want to check and challenge them, right? So, that being said, first of all and foremost, shout out to Gil Cole in the house. What's going on, brother? Did you hear the opening? I just left Vegas yesterday, right? And had a lot of things good that happened to me. And one we're going to get to today, right? And maybe Gil Cole might want to, give his opinion on what's in the best interest of this particular person. Shout out to the chat. Saraja Sheed, right? Shout out to the chat. So, here's the deal. Now, my primary mission in going to Vegas was to get involved with promotion, boxing, managing, training, whatever the case may be, right? When it comes to boxing, right? I wanted to get my hands wet and see if I could be privy to some information necessary to become engaged in boxing, in the business scheme of boxing, right? So I happened to went to Top Rank, and lo and behold, I don't know about. Actually, I did do a video on this particular boxer, right? Blair Cobbs, right? And then, right, the video was basically about Blair Cobbs couldn't get a fight, and I mean, I really have a problem with that as a person that really loves the sport, right? In the sense that I don't understand why Blair Cobbs, which is a good athlete, which is a good boxer, right, can't get a fight. You know what I mean? So I went to Top Rank, not really looking for Blair Cobbs, and lo and behold, Blair Cobbs was in the gym working out. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, is that a coincidence, or is this an act of faith? Right? We are going to see in the end, right? I'm not saying on this podcast we're going to see, because Blair and I had a conversation, and I shared with Blair that I didn't understand why he couldn't get a fight, right? We didn't really go off into the particulars in that, and we will get involved in that, because Blair decided after I said that I wanted to have a conversation with him about why he couldn't get a fight, and to see if I could help him to get a fight, right? Blair's on board, right? It's not really confirmed whether this is whether this is a client, right? But I am looking forward to working with Blair Cobbs, in the sense that I believe that Blair Cobbs is a good representative of the sport, right? and that he needs to be in a position where he can get fights. That shouldn't be difficult. I mean, contrary to the fact that I haven't spent my entire life dealing with the intricacies of boxing in the sense of the business scheme of things, but Blair Cobbs have solely put me mostly in the position where I feel I got to do something about Blair Cobbs to get Blair Cobbs back in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? That is my ultimate goal. That's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to do, right? I don't believe in maybes or making excuses or I don't, man, look, I am finding the door to open it up for Blair Cobbs to get some business, man, for Blair Cobbs to get some fights, man. I'm talking about Blair Cobbs is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Blair Cobbs is a belt holder, right? I think it's the some WBC belt Blair Cobbs is the holder of, right? And there's another one in the National Boxing Federation, I think it is. I think he's a belt holder. He's a belt holder of 2 belts, right? I'm like, I mean, I didn't have any knowledge of that, and I'm like, why in the hell if he got these belts? There isn't anybody challenging for those belts, right? Now I could be wrong about the belts, but all the information that I've read led me to believe that Blair Cobbs got belts, man. You know what I'm saying? And with that in mind, why is it that he can't get a fight? I mean, I'm basically of the opinion that it has to be associated with Blair Cobbs as being blackballed. And as far as I'm concerned, I have been associated with this boxing game, especially hands-on for the last 6 or 7 years. And I've seen nothing to indicate that he should or why anybody would blackball Blair Cobbs. I do remember, gotta be more careful. I do remember, in my words, I do remember Blair Cobbs had a conversation with Eddie Hearns, and Blair was asking why was it impossible for him to fight one of Eddie Hearns' boxers. He said, no, you can't fight him, but I'll tell you what I'll do, right? Now, that's enough for me to get in the door to find out why it is that never transpired. I do recall Eddie Hearn saying that he would work with Blair Cobbs, right? Now, that's enough for me to get started in opening up doors or attempting to open doors to get Blair Cobbs some work, man. Because I'm just really baffled to find out or to put myself in a position where I gotta know, man. I have to know why with all of these sanctioning bodies that Blair Cobbs can't get a fight. Now, I don't know if y'all care about things like this, but you should if you love boxing, right? Because as I said when I first initiated this podcast, right, it is my expectation to make boxing better, to make boxing, as this nut labels things, make boxing great again. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about Donald Trump being the nut, right? But I like that phrase, especially when it comes to boxing, because boxing needs to be, you know what I'm saying, in a position where people are treated fairly. And I don't think that happens all the time. And here is a primary instance where boxing isn't treating this particular boxer fair, Blair Cobbs. Now, thank you so much, Rosella. Man, Rosella Wells. Thank you so much, Rosella. I appreciate you more than you know. Continue to follow my podcast. I think at this juncture, I am going to start soaring because my heart is in the right place and I believe in what I do. Okay, that's okay. Rosella is a kid, but Rosella says she subscribed. Thank you very much, Rosella the kid. But anyway, back to Blair, man. Look, so we don't need to rally behind Blair Cobbs, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need to see if we can't get Blair Cobbs some fight. What's up, champ? Shout out to the Mexican G. Man, you missed the opening, G. You missed the opening, man. I just came back from Vegas, man. You're gonna have to go back to the video because I'm on a roll, right? But I had good success. Thank you. You're pretty smart for a kid, Rosella. But I had a lot of success. I met some amazing people, and I got my foot in the door. Right, got some work, and I'm feeling great about boxing. I am feeling great about boxing. Okay, Rosella's 10. Hi, Rosella. Okay, but what do you guys? The Mexican G. What do you think about Blair Cobb, man? What do you think about Blair Cobb's the Mexican G? Can I get a shout out to Blair Cobbs, the Mexican G, or or Gil Cole was in the house. I don't know. He probably kind of looked like he might have faded to the back somewhere because I don't see him in the chat no more. And that's not like Blair Cobb. I mean, excuse me. That's not like Gil Cole was because Gil Cole has always got something to say about boxing. Now I will say that he and I. Hey, man! I'm glad you said that, brother. I'm glad you said that, brother. Man, I'm glad you said that because now here's the deal. I believe, as is the case with Gil Cole, believes. Thanks, a shout out to Gil Cole, that Blair should fight Errol Spence. Why the hell not? Now, there is a solution and a reason for why the hell not, but this would have to be for Errol Spence to answer it. Okay, I got you on that. Okay, I got you on that. Gil Cole says, and that's true. I think that came out of Errol Spence's mouth, right? Earl doesn't take tune-ups, right? Okay, so is that a label, a tune-up? Is that a label, or is that something that means something other than how he states it, right? Earl said he doesn't take tune-ups. Okay, so the next fight that Errol Spence takes, is it safe to say that it has to be a championship fight? Is that the difference between? Well, I know the difference between a tune-up or the the word the words tune-up, but I don't know how it pertains to what whether it's a championship fight or not. Oh, I would very much so like for Earl Spencer to bring it up. As a matter of fact, not to say that he's going to answer. I'm going to ask Earl Spence that same question because that would be a damn good fight, man. 'Cause I actually, Gil Cole, I actually thought about that last night. I thought about why wouldn't it be a good fight for Blair Cobbs to fight Errol Spence Jr. Hey, uh, Gil. Now that was actually the first thing because um, I mentioned to um, Blair that I had a relationship with Bill Haney, right? And the first thing that came out of Blair's mouth was, "Yeah, man, that's a fight I really want." I know that Blair wants that fight. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna be serious with you. I'm gonna be serious with Blair, and not to say that I wouldn't pursue that fight once me and Blair got some understanding about which direction we go. That would be a perfect fight, also, right? It would be a good fight, and I wouldn't mind seeing that fight either. But I am thinking that I think they have a history. Devin Haney and Blair Cobb in the ring sparring, right? I don't know the outcome of the sparring because I didn't see it, right? Because there's both sides that's saying different things, right? You know what I mean? And that in and of itself is something that would bring about a difference of opinion, not only in the sparring, but in trying to make the fight between Blair Cobbs and Devin the Dream Haney, right? But when Blair Cobbs gives me the okay to represent him in reference to potential fights, man, I'm looking for the best. You know what I mean? Once I get my portfolio up and get these phone numbers correct, right? I'm going at all of them, right? Because I'm adamant about Blair eating for one thing, right? I'm adamant about Blair eating, and I'm adamant about Blair getting some work, man. Because and I'm gonna say this, right? They might be scared of Blair Cobbs. They might be scared of Blair Cobbs. I mean, think about it. He done called out everybody. He knocked out Adrian Broner. He got one loss on his record, right? And that's another thing I would like to pursue if it's within his uh, uh, outlook, right? That loss, right? That would be another excellent fight. But I have to get together and get some hookups, right? To be able to contact some of these cats, like these promoters, uh, um, people in the business that could put me in a position where I can get this boy some fights, man. Actually, this is on and popping when it comes to getting Blair Cobbs some work, right? You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of work ahead of me, but hey, look. I told y'all once before, I'm gonna tell you again. It is my goal before the Creator calls me home to do something great. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a legacy and doing something great. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Carlson Morris in the house. I'm looking forward to doing something great. Okay, yeah, and I'm with you on that, Blair Cobb. I would have loved to see him fight Devin the Dream too. I wish the Mexican G would have chimed in on that because he normally has something great to say when it comes to the competitive nature of boxing, right? But it's okay. I mean, I'm really happy and pleased about this trip to Vegas because this is not my first trip to Vegas. But I mean, I put my foot in the door the last time I was in Vegas, right? In reference to trying to get something established as far as the boxing game was concerned, right? But this trip here, right, it was like, man, I mean, I felt the way that I need to feel as an ex-boxer, as a potential trainer, as a man. I felt like that. You know what I mean? And the conversations I was having with the people, say like Top Rank, I met a gym manager of Top Rank, Frank, right? Good dude. I mean, he and I just hit it off. For some strange reason, man. Like when I'm in that area, like the boxing in that area of something that I love, right? I seem to find the right things to say. And I believe that's because what I do and what I really love is coming from the heart. What you think, Gil Cole? Gil Cole, what you think about that? I really think that this is something that the Creator put me here to do, is be a participant in boxing, the sport of boxing. And I know that a lot of people say, oh man, that old man, I ain't just talking, man. Let me see if I can. Is that Malachi Hance? Malichi Hance. Shout out to Malichi Hance, brother. So I don't know if this is something that God put me here to do or not. Shout out to Malichi Hance. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining the chat, brother. Don't forget to hit that subscription. But bam, bam. You feel me? But I'm acting on the fact that I love boxing to such a degree that I have to think that God put me here to do this. And I'm going to get it done. And it starts with Blair Cobbs. It starts with Blair Cobbs. You hear me? That being said, man, look, I'm going to keep this one short. Shout out to Gil Cole. Thanks a lot, brother, for dropping in. Man, I told you once I get fired up, I'm going to make you a part of this process, brother. You feel me? You heard me? That being said, man, hit that subscription button. Hit the like button. I'm going to get a little rest from the trip. Drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about who Blair Cobbs should fight next. That being said, I love you and I'll see you.